All right, what is up, Family Legacy Funding Squad? We have an incredible video for you guys today. I'm gonna get this into slideshow mode. Hope you guys had an incredible week, but this time we're gonna be talking about tracking your funding. So, why is this important? It's because when we're getting tons and tons of 0% interest business credit cards, it's very easy to lose track which cards are going to what expense, which business that, like, if we have multiple LLCs, which LLC we're actually using for funding. So this is very important to be able to keep track of all that, right? Knowing your 0% deadlines is the most crucial thing you need to know because most of these cards, they're 0% for 12 months. Some are 18, some might be 6, 9, 13, whatever it is. But it's important to know when they're going to end because by the time that deadline ends, we need to have a plan. Are we going to be able to pay it off from the investment, or are we going to refinance that onto another card to extend the 0% terms, right? Um, Other key thing is keeping track of what you're investing in, right? So if you have, you know, for this case, if we're doing real estate, if we have funding that's going towards an Airbnb and then another card going towards a fix and flip, it's really good to know where all that money is going towards. And also having a plan on, and I just mentioned this too, a plan on how and when you're going to pay things off, right? Um, Other big thing is data points, right? We're going to be applying for a ton of cards. A lot of these banks have multiple 0% interest business credit cards. If we apply for one card today, we tell them, hey, these are XYZ. This is what my business is doing, personal income, whatever, all this information. And then we apply next week for another card and the information's totally off. That's not going to look good for you guys, right? So keep track of those data points. This tracker I'm about to walk you guys through is awesome and going to give you guys so many valuable insights. So let's get into that. So let's go into the actual funding KPI tracker. I have my screen shared and I'll pull it up right now. So you guys can see this. This is specifically what I'm using right now. So this is really dope just to walk you through everything. I'm not going to take full credit for this. This was actually one of my students who made this. Shout out to Anton, you're the homie, for building this out. But this is the credit card master file, right? It tells you today's date, the total amount we've been approved for. So this is 300, a little over 300K. And this was all through 0% interest business credit cards, which is freaking awesome, right? This will automatically update the amount of credit, the actual credit that you have available. So that's between all the credit limits between all your credit cards. It'll auto calculate. For whatever reason, it's not doing this. I think I might have put an incorrect value for one of the Excel columns. So I'll have to go back and look at it. But this will calculate your total amount of credit that's available. So basically, this number available credit is the total approved minus what's in use. So right now I have a total of 302,900 in total credit limits I've been approved for, but I'm using a little over 80,000. So that means I probably got like 220 available credit. So I want to break this down Excel line by Excel line so you guys know what's going on. So this A file or A column is really important because it goes through the LLCs, right? I always recommend having multiple LLCs because that's going to allow us to apply for those same cards again using a different LLC later on, right? Got Nao Neem. This is one of my first LLCs. Humble Abode, this is what I use for my Airbnb business. We've got Motive Miggle, that's what I do for the coaching. DM Empires, this was for fix and flips. So all that cool stuff, right? Now, the other thing too is keeping track of the banks. Which banks are we applying to, right? We got Wells Fargo, Chase, FNBO, Amex, Goldman Sachs, Umpqua, like so many different banks that I walk you guys through in the coaching program as well. Those exact bank underwriting requirements. So if you guys want to learn which banks to go after, comment the word list. I've been sending that list out for a bunch of different banks that you could go for 0% personal and 0% business credit. Just comment the word list down below and I'll send that over to you guys. But so we'll give you all the banks that we can apply to. Next, we got credit card, right? It's good to know which credit card that we applied for. So like, just for example, with my Nao Neem LLC, we applied through Chase. We got the Ink Unlimited. They've got like four different business credit cards. Only two of them, I believe, yeah, only two of them are 0%. So it's good to know if we wanted to apply for the other 0% business credit card, we don't accidentally fill out an application for the Ink Unlimited. We're going to go for, the Chase Business Ink Cash or whatever that other 0% card is. So keeping track of which specific card at 0% we're applying for, just because a lot of these banks, again, they have multiple 0% cards. Want to make sure we're applying for the correct one. Um, Other thing too is this business or personal, right? So for all these are going to be business. I have one personal. This is actually for a Lightstream used auto loan. Actually, I got approved for it, but they asked for docs. So I ended up not sending it just because I didn't have my 1099s or anything taxes to send them. So that's fine. Other key thing is date applied. So this is really good to know. When did we apply for this funding, right? Um, and then it's going to tell us the amount approved for. So how much did we get approved for? So we got 15, 15, 15, 39, almost 40, 30, 50, 15, 32, 25, 12, 15, 25, right? So we're getting all these big limits. So it's good to know when we applied because that's going to help us figure out when the due date is that we need to pay it. Now, I'm going to zoom in super into this just because I can't show you these data points because it's super. This is what I have reserved for the paid clients, but basically the data points, this is super key because it's going to tell you, hey, this is exactly how I filled out the application line by line to be able to get approved with a no doc check approval. Again, if you guys are new here, a no doc check approval means the banks, you're still able to get funded even if the LLC is new. Your personal income zone, you don't even have to have business revenue established. The reason why is because they don't ask for bank statements, they don't ask for tax documents. But the only way you could get those no doc check approvals is if you understand the rules to the game. And that's all the stuff that I teach here in the program. I give a lot of some of that free sauce on the Facebook group, but the real stuff is in the paid group, right? So again, keeping track of the data points is super key because again, a lot of these banks have multiple cards. We want to make sure we're sticking to the same story, not going from this to that to this and that, to where it might draw some red flags where they might actually doc check you, right? Other big thing too is, oops. So we got bureaus pulled. So this is really key too because we're gonna know, hey, where did this bureau or where did this card, which bureau did they look at, right? So a lot of Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. So this is really key because, like, let's say you have a bunch of inquiries on TransUnion, but not on Equifax or Experian, then we'll just go out and hit those banks that pull those two and avoid the one that pulls TransUnion. However, something that we do teach is how to wipe off hard inquiries. If you guys want to learn step by step on how to wipe off hard inquiries, then comment the word inquiry down below and I'll send you guys that training absolutely free. Absolutely huge because once you know which banks pull from which bureaus, you're going to be able to, almost like Tetris, be like, okay, I'm going to apply 2 from Equifax, 2 from TransUnion, 2 from Experian. And that lets you get more funding. But on top of that, if we can wipe off the inquiries, then it's almost, we can apply for 2 cards, wipe it off and get approved and rinse and repeat that process. So pretty cool. This tracks how many 0%, how many months at 0%, because some of them, usually they're 12, but some might be like 6, 9, 18, whatever is typically. And then in use, this is how much you're currently using at the moment. So this is really important because that's going to update these green things you don't touch. This automatically gets updated based off of what's in these Excel files. But right, you're going to put in how much you're using, and then, this will say how much is available. So, based off of how much you're using, this is what's available from the credit limit, how many months are remaining. I need to update this because it looks like I might have done something wrong. And then the end date. So the end date is, this gives you, when the 0% card is going to expire. I believe Anton set this to be 1 month before it's actually supposed to expire. That way you give yourself more time to figure out, okay, what are we going to do to pay this off if it's not paid off in time? And then I like to keep notes on anything on the funding process. Um, you know, how, like, I know the travel points, how many, if they had any specific underwriting requirements that you need. I like to keep it there. But yeah, guys, that's basically it to go over on how to better keep track of your funding. Again, we're going to be applying for tons of cards. We need to be on top of it. The last thing you want to do is have a card, you know, and it's 0% terms and you just completely forgot about it and you're just still making minimum payments and now you're paying a shit ton in interest or getting denied because you're putting the wrong data points that you know, you put what for the first application but didn't do it on the second one. So that's why we keep track, and that's how you're going to keep track, right? So if you guys want access to this tracker, comment the word tracker below and I'll send it to you guys. This is such a great tool. If you guys don't already have something like this, definitely encourage you guys to get one. And then lastly, we do provide done for you credit repair services. We have a partner that we refer people out to. So let us know if your credit's not there and you guys need help before you can get the funding. That's the first step. Let's wipe off those negatives. Second is we do offer done for you funding. This is a really great offer for people who don't want to learn it or they just don't have the time. Basically, we don't charge anything up front. We basically, we want to make a no-brainer offer, least risky as possible for you. So we're just like, hey, we'll work with you. We'll get you the funding. And then once we show you this works, just pay us a commission rate. So if you want to learn more on that, then, comment the word funds and we'll help out. Lastly is we also do one-on-one funding coaching. So this is actually something I'm going to be closing off here real soon just because we've got like 30 students right now and my time is starting to get eaten up. So I'm actually going to be funneling people to just the done for you funding. And that way I can figure out if I like working with that specific individual, if they're easy to work with, then if they want to learn it, then we'll do one-on-one funding. But I think just to protect my time and be able to help out more people, we're going to have a little barrier to entry on this one-on-one funding coaching here coming soon. So if you guys have been thinking about one-on-one funding coaching, then, comment funding right now. Comment the word funds. I'm only going to take on just a couple people just because, again, I love coaching. It's very fulfilling, but it takes more time because the students I work with, I'm basically doing the first applications for them. So they know how to do it. So I'm basically doing the done for you funding. But I'm going to be cutting that off here real soon and focusing more on the done for you funding just because one, this is a little bit more lucrative, but two, I could get people results a lot faster when I just do it myself for them. And then if they like the process and they want to learn, then they could go on to one-on-one coaching. But for now, it is open just for a couple more people. So if that's something you want to jump on, let's hop on a call and let's do it. And then also we have partners for home lending, right? So the funding is good for down payment, labor, material, but you'll still need some more funding to fund the rest of the deal. We have some partners that we like to refer people out to. So if you need that, hit us up. But again, if you've been wanting to invest in real estate or start your own business, but the thing holding you guys back is not having the right credit or the funds to start, then comment the word funds and let's see if we could help take you guys to the next level. But that's it, guys. As usual, thank you guys for lending me your eyes, ears, and attention. Thank you guys for being a part of this awesome group. I'd love to get more engagement from the community. I'm going to be adding more value to this as we go along. And if you guys have any suggestions or feedback, if you like something, if you don't like something, you don't like my haircut or whatever it is, let me know. I don't care. I got thick skin. I'm here to serve you guys, but let me know how we can help. But as usual, peace out. Much love. Stay beautiful. See you guys in the next one. Peace.